coming over here. So because we can't propagate as many plants as we did upstairs, I started the Houseplant Propagation Network. My name is Paul Fournier. My job description is the greenhouse coordinator. What that means is basically I provide horticultural and knowledge support to staff and any students who wish to use our space. And I also help to bring in new projects into the Concordia Greenhouse project. We had to relocate here to the 7th floor. We probably got rid of about 60% to 70% of all of the plants that we had at the greenhouse. An example of that would be the fruit trees, which don't grow anywhere but in the greenhouse. I am getting a bit of a chill as we talk about this right now because I think that was really difficult for us. And a lot of us had put several years and a lot of work into growing that collection. We didn't purchase all of the plants, so a lot of it would be donations, rescues. Our operations have diminished in a lot of ways because a lot of our programming was based on experiential learning activities, internships, volunteer sessions around horticulture, botany, urban agriculture, agriculture in general, which requires a space to work in. While we're starting to get a lot of those back on track, we have a lot less space now, a much smaller variety of plants and plant life that we can work with, to the point where most of those programs are going to suffer or not really exist in the way that they did on the 13th floor.
I do know how that feels, to want to stick your hands in dirt. I had that opportunity and it helped shape most of my degree, honestly. I loved that space. I have written most of my papers as a student in that space. It was always kind, it was always welcoming, it was warm in the winter, which is one of the things that most students have said that they miss the most. Not being under fluorescent lights and being able to see the sky and to be in a space during the cold months that feels comforting.
If the university succeeds in finding funding, it will probably only be in 5 to 7 years. The amount that I was given was $1.5 million. For a fee levy group or a student organization, that's kind of a de facto shutdown. So that's not a timeline that we're waiting on. If we can find the money to build the additional fire escape earlier, we could be back feasibly in 1 to 2 years. I'd ask everyone, please keep informed about what's going on with the Concordia Greenhouse project, because we are starting our initiatives to either fundraise or find a way to get back, and we'd really like to have some support in that regard.
We really do need students to tell the school how they feel. We do need students to engage with us, so to come to our workshops, to offer to host their own workshops.
I feel really hopeful. I do. I feel that there's a renewed sense of energy in the organization. Tragedy often does that, right? It kind of, once you get through the worst part, then you come into the rebirth and so on, and rising from the ashes. We're getting back into propagation, we're getting back into botany and horticulture and composting and the things that we should be doing anyway. I really, really do want to go back, and I'm really motivated to find the funding to do it. $1.5 million is a lot of money, but it's not impossible to find. So we have a lot of ideas on how we can get that.